I wanted to be a spy growing up, and so you've lived my dream fictionally.
I mean, that's what a spy would say.
You still can be one.
You are one naughty husband, George.
You think this isn't normal? The way you're doing this, just so you know.
Regé-Jean, our audience fell in love with you in Bridgerton. This is a widely different character, I would say.
Little bit.
What's it been like kind of breaking out of that persona, and what drew you to this role specifically?
I mean, what drew me to this role was the same thing that draws you to every role. There was a really fascinating character at the center of it. There was an incredible script. I remember we've been talking about the script all day. The first read was so engaging. Usually we read a lot of scripts. You can tell kind of where you're going to end up, and you never knew how this was going to end until you got there. So that's number one. And then knowing that you have Steven Soderbergh driving this train from beginning to end, you know that you're in incredible hands for carrying that story. And then part number three, the way he cast this movie was insane. So between Michael Fassbender, Cate Blanchett, Naomie Harris, Marissa Tomei, Tom Burke, myself, you have Pierce Brosnan. You have this cast that are bringing their A game. And that is just such a great environment to go to work in that it became undeniable.
Love that. Your character has a lot of layers to it. Do you think you have anything in common with him at all?
I hope not. I think he's a very determined man. I think maybe there's that. He's a very determined man. I think he thinks he has a very strong sense of right and wrong. I think he's very effective, this character. But I think his flaws, and I think most of the characters in this film, that their flaws are probably outweighing their virtues. I think that's probably what makes them so interesting, because they are very, very flawed, slightly morally corrupt characters.
Naomie, you're no stranger to the spy genre. What made Black Bag stand out to you? What drew you to the project?
So I choose all of my projects in exactly the same way, which is I just read the script and then see what I'm feeling, feel what I'm feeling throughout, and how ultimately it leaves me feeling at the end. And I was totally gripped reading it. I didn't know, my mum's a writer, so I always pride myself on being able to predict the end of a script, but I didn't know where this was going. There were so many twists and turns. And by the end of it, I had so many thoughts rushing through my head and so many questions, and it made me think about things in a different way. And I just thought, if this is doing that to me and it's just words on a page, it's going to make the most incredible film. And it really has. I mean, everyone's loving it. So
you mentioned before the really stacked cast, obviously, and Steven Soderbergh is a huge director. And so what was that like for the both of you working with that team?
That was great.
Yeah, it was really, really incredible.
It's a real treat knowing that you're turning out to work and that everyone is bringing such an incredible level of performance. Mostly because it means that your job is so much easier. You know that you're in good hands. We were just talking about the fact that someone asked about when things fell apart and said, was it fun? They never did. Everyone came so incredibly prepared that it means that everything you dream of as an actor is present on set. Your castmates are bringing unexpected things that bring unexpected things out of you, and you return that, and you start discovering all these things about the characters, about the story, about the nuances. And on top of that, Steven has this incredible eye for detail. So when something new does come up, he is so ready to catch it, and so ready to frame it, and so ready to support everyone around that table, which creates this feedback loop of just good work.
And what I think is so incredible as well is, like, you have this amazing talent, which is phenomenal, but then that's also matched by the level of humility and humanity. And that just makes it such a special working environment, because there's no ego. Everybody's there in service of the material and just wanting to do the very best possible job. And so it's a really collaborative, playful environment. And I think that's when people produce their best work.
Yeah, from director right through the cast.
That sounds incredible. I love a spy movie, specifically because I wanted to be a spy growing up. And so you've lived my dream fictionally.
I mean, that's what a spy would say.
You still can be one.
Do you think that you'd make it as a spy? And if not, what would be your downfall?
Well,
Funny you should ask this.
No, I was doing some work with an undercover, not doing some work, just, he was giving me some background information about the spy world. And
You just blew your cover.
no, but he said, you have the ability to be a spy. Like, if you chose to, you'd make a great spy. And he said, yep, I know. And the reason
Naomi's
why...
telling everyone she can about
Everyone,
this.
every
Everyone.
interview.
She's living her dream right now because she's telling everyone a spy said I could be a spy. Just so you know.
The reason why is because I have this ability to make people say more than they would normally say. So people often come up to me and tell me their life story, and they're like, I don't know why I'm telling you this. I've never told anybody these secrets before. And he said, that's exactly what you need as a spy.
Yep. And that's the news, because that's what this movie delves into that others don't. That real spying, the skill set, is about making other people talk. It's about manipulating other people into feeling comfortable, into feeling too comfortable, into doing things for you as opposed to doing things yourself.
Okay, writing all of these tips down and taking this onto my next chapter.
We believe in you. You can do it.